Each week, tens of thousands of creative groups across the UK and Ireland help make life better for the people in their communities. So, each year, Creative Lives takes time to celebrate the achievements of those groups and the difference they make, giving them a well-deserved moment in the spotlight. The Creative Lives Awards, formerly the Epic Awards, have been running since 2010. During that time, over 100 groups have been recognised for the joy, friendship, fun and creativity they bring to people taking part in their activities. Here's how it works. Every spring, we put out an open call for nominations, encouraging volunteer-led creative groups to fill out a short form telling us something special they've done over the past year. Our judging panels then select a winner and runner-up from England, Ireland and Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales. But it's up to the public to choose who wins the prestigious People's Choice Award. All the winners are then invited to attend the Creative Lives Awards ceremony, held in a different city around the UK or Ireland each year. It's always an unforgettable evening, when groups have their hard work and creativity valued, make connections with other groups, and take home a bespoke award to hang in pride of place. But it's not just about a great night out. Being shortlisted or winning a Creative Lives Award has helped groups gain publicity, given them an extra edge on funding applications, and brought about a sense of achievement and increased morale that lasts for years to come. For more information about the Creative Lives Awards, to read about previous winners, and to learn how to nominate your group, visit creative-lives.org/awards. Each week, tens of thousands of creative groups across the UK and Ireland help make life better for the people in their communities. So, each year, Creative Lives...
Welcome to everybody who is joining us online this evening. Hello, it's great to have you with us for what is going to be an inspirational event. Give the onliners a big cheer, please. We know they're all there in their pyjamas and slippers, drinking cocoa or enjoying a wine, but thank you so much for joining us. So it is a pleasure to be in Coventry's fantastic cathedral tonight, in this city of peace and reconciliation, which feels more poignant than ever, and to have the Creative Lives Awards here. And it is, of course, the UK's City of Culture, and so I'd like to welcome to the stage David Burbidge, CBE, Chair of the Coventry City of Culture Trust, having led the successful campaign to win the 2021 UK City of Culture title. David is also Chair of the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra and Deputy Lieutenant of the West Midlands, and a former board member of the Royal Shakespeare Company. I'd like to welcome to the stage David Burbidge.
Hello, good evening everybody. And first of all, thank you very much indeed for inviting me to this occasion this evening. I can't wait to learn more about it as the evening progresses and see the wonderful things that all of you are doing. But I thought first of all you might like to hear a bit more about the City of Culture and how we've had to tackle some of the issues that have been referred to. But I think first of all I would just say that it's very appropriate that you're having this event here in Coventry, because there's so much alignment between your objectives as your organisation and those of us at the Coventry UK City of Culture. We've made it a major plank of our strategy to develop in-depth community engagement throughout the city and throughout the region through culture. So there's so much synergy there between what you are achieving and what I hope I can convince you that we're achieving too. We won the title, as you all I'm sure know, this happens every 4 years that a different city is awarded the title. We were awarded the title at the end of 2017, when nothing could have been further from our thoughts than the dreaded word COVID. None of us knew anything about it. So, as you will all know, when you're developing creative programs, there's a huge amount of work that goes in to doing it. In our case, it's massively multiplied because it's a very complex year, and we have over 1,000 events throughout the year, several events every day taking place, and the planning that goes into that, you can imagine how huge that is. And I felt really sorry for our creative team because everything has been planned, we've internally announced it, we've got everything ready for public announcements, and then wham, the next lockdown comes along and everything gets torn up. We have to start all over again. A new plan is emerging over the next 3 months, and then that's torn up later on. I'm sure you've all been through the same things, but as you know, it's a nightmare, and when it's so many events, it's 1,000 times a nightmare. Because of this, we had to delay the start of our year. The City of Culture would normally be a 12-month long period, and we couldn't start in January last year for obvious reasons. So we started in the middle of May. So we currently have a further 3 months to run because it is a 12-month program, even though we started it later than normal. So there's still 3 months to come, events to come, so please keep coming back to Coventry. Lots of exciting things will be going on here, and it will actually be building up to a significant crescendo as we get to the end of our year. I just thought it would just be interesting to give you a flavour of some of the things that we have been able to achieve in our year to date. We have a monitoring and evaluation process that's run by our two universities, Warwick and Coventry universities, jointly have a monitoring exercise. And they've just very recently published a report of the first 6 months of our year of culture. And I think there are just 5 things I would just briefly pick out of that, just to give an idea of the sort of scale of our activities. First of all, in the first 6 months, we've had over 500,000 attendances at our events, either in person or online, about 50-50 between the two. And during the end of the year, this will be well over 1 million people attending our events. And we're delighted that 43% of our events have been attended by households from lower income families, which is very important in terms of our strategic approach of trying to make culture inclusive for everybody, not just for wealthier minorities. And the next one is we've involved a massive number of other organisations, a lot of co-creation, in fact some with your organisation, I'm delighted to say. And there have been 181 different organisations involved with whom we've co-created events. We've also made significant financial support to our local arts sector. During COVID, we actually gave very quickly, so within days of the first lockdown, we were actually making emergency grants to a number of our cultural organisations. In fact, I know that a number of organisations were saved through the financial support that we were able to give them. And in the first 6 months, we've invested over £5 million in our local arts sector, and that, I imagine, will double by the end of our year of culture. Volunteering, I know, is a subject close to all of your hearts, and we have a programme of city hosts, and we have currently 1,100 volunteers working for us as city hosts, and that's to make sure that all our events run smoothly and everybody gets a good welcome to them. So that's a significant organisation, again, with that number of volunteers. So that's briefly a flavour of it. There's many more facets to it than that. Obviously, the big thing is putting Coventry on the map, and we have had a massive amount of publicity. I'm delighted to say through your organisation, the BBC have been incredibly helpful, and other media. And I think we can claim that a lot of people know about Coventry now that perhaps didn't think about it before all this happened, so we're thrilled about that. And we're thrilled, as I say again, that your organisation has chosen to come here tonight. And I just wanted to conclude really by saying that I've told you a bit about what I think our achievements have been. I'm now really looking forward to hearing about your achievements because this is really what matters, and I'm delighted that I've been given this privilege of about to be hearing about your achievements. So congratulations on your awards, and I look forward to hearing more about it. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, David Burbidge. So I would like to introduce now, to you the star of the show, Robin Simpson, Chief Executive of Creative Lives, who is going to announce the award winners this evening. Big round of applause for Robin, please.
Thank you, Rachel. Good evening, everybody. Star of the show, 11 years running. I'm doing something right. It's fantastic to see you all here today and to just be in a room with a load of people. It's so exciting. But also to be celebrating what you've been doing over those months and years when we've not been able to be in rooms together. Creative Lives is the national charity established in 1991, which champions community and volunteer-led creative activity and works to improve opportunities for everyone to be creative. In particular, we celebrate and promote people expressing themselves creatively with others, recognising the individual and societal benefits this can bring. Today, Creative Lives has 23 staff and more than 70 volunteers working across all 5 nations of the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland. We work with communities, organisations, policymakers, funders and creative individuals as a voice for positive change to improve and expand the landscape in which creative participation can take place. We work to address inequalities in access to creative participation, to promote inclusivity, to connect people and communities, and we seek to increase awareness of the links between creativity and well-being. We do this on a local and national level across England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, through advocacy, development, and celebrating the activities of creative people, groups and places. Creative Lives is formally recognised by national governments, arts councils, art form umbrella bodies and the wider arts and voluntary sectors as the voice of the voluntary arts sector. We've got a short video to tell you a little bit more about Creative Lives.
What does singing, sewing, drawing, dancing, painting, pottery, drama, digital art, playing music, in fact any form of creativity, have in common? They all have the capacity to make us feel good, both physically and emotionally, especially when we do them with other people. Since 1991, Creative Lives, formerly known as Voluntary Arts, has been promoting the benefits of being creative, encouraging people of every age and ability to get involved, and working to ensure governments, funders, local authorities and others know just how important having access to creative activity is for the well-being of individuals and the communities that we live in. Have a look around our website at creative-lives.org to discover our resources and training, to enter our annual Creative Lives Awards, to browse our creativity map for a local group, to take part in our projects, or find out about our fantastic partnership with BBC Local Radio, and much more. Creative Lives, here to help everyone live the creative life they choose.
Thank you, that's the sales pitch. Now, let's talk about the awards. All the groups that we're honouring tonight are going to receive framed certificates. The winning groups will also receive awards specially commissioned for this evening by Creative Lives. In the mid-19th century, Coventry was the centre of a ribbon-weaving industry. In 1860, the Cobden Chevalier Treaty was signed. This free trade treaty introduced new competition into the industry, leading to a collapse in the local economy. Thomas Stevens, a local weaver, responded by adapting the jacquard looms used in Coventry to weave colourful pictures from silk. By 1862, Stevens could produce 4 different designs, and by the late 1880s, this had grown to over 900. They became known as Stephengraphs, after their maker. Many of these designs were used to produce bookmarks, while others were used to make greeting cards and other silk objects. By the 1930s, Stephengraphs were considered collectible items, but the hobby was considered eccentric and mainly confined to female collectors. During the Second World War, Coventry was attacked by German bombers. On 14th of November 1940, the Coventry Blitz occurred, destroying the Stevens factory and apparently all records of the Stephengraphs. In the late 1950s, it emerged that Henry Stevens, a descendant of Thomas, had saved one of the pattern books the night before the attack and kept it in safe storage. Henry donated it to Coventry City Council, who in turn entrusted it with the Herbert Art Gallery and Museum. Stephengraphs became valuable, and with more male collectors entering the hobby, prices rose, particularly for unusual or rarer images less popular during the Victorian period. Tonight's Creative Lives Awards have been made by Robert Ely, following in the great English silk tradition of the Stephengraph, with the mounted bookmarks using the finest silk threads to produce an incredibly detailed image of Coventry Cathedral. They're truly beautiful, and I hope you will treasure them. Coventry is also a very musical city. All the music you will hear in tonight's ceremony comes from Coventry-based groups. See how many Coventry bands you can recognise. Thank you all for joining us tonight for what promises to be an amazing ceremony. Welcome to the Creative Lives Awards.
We are going to start with the Island Award. To present the Island Award, please welcome Damien McGlynn, Island Director Creative Lives, and Jennifer McClernon from Care for Creation, winners of the 2020 Island Award.
We're going to start with the Ireland runner-up. The runner-up for the Ireland Award is Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard Committee, who presented Hooley in the House as part of the National Culture Night festivities in County Cavan. Recording footage that combined music, singing and storytelling, the event was shared online for the whole community to engage with and enjoy. Let's see a little more about Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard.
Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard Committee was set up 5 years ago in response to the local community in County Cavan, which wanted the overgrown site to be cleaned and maintained. With this newly adapted space and plenty of enthusiasm, several creative projects followed. During 2020, the group embarked on some unusual projects, including the Hooley in the House, which was held as part of the National Culture Night festivities in September 2020. With funding from Cavan County Council, the committee and other local volunteers of all ages recorded footage in Gallenray House in Morderbourne, Cootill, and worked with other community groups to put together a night of music, singing and storytelling for the whole community. As well as the success of the event in reaching people, the development of a range of new skills among the group and the sheer joy of working creatively together despite all the restrictions was a major boost for all involved.
Gavin McCluskey and Gemma Kettle, the Creative Lives Awards 2021 Ireland runners-up are Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard. And now it's the time for the Ireland Award winner. Black Box Projects is run for and by people living with learning disabilities, supported by a team of dedicated volunteers from within the Black Box venue in Belfast. Shifting to online delivery, the group stayed connected through a programme including a book club, a discussion group and music sessions. Let's see more about Black Box projects.
Black Box projects are for and by people with learning disabilities, supported by a team of dedicated volunteers and the Black Box in Belfast. With many members already experiencing isolation prior to the pandemic, lockdown presented a serious challenge, but one that the team were determined to overcome together. Straight away, a programme of remote activities was put in place by the group, creating connections every Tuesday afternoon, moon music every Thursday afternoon, and global discussion group and book club once a month. Other activities through the year focused on mental health and wellbeing, staying safe online, an animation project, a biodiversity project and more. Partnerships with the PS2 Belfast NI Science Festival, the University of Atypical and Libraries NI, among others, helped to bring variety and new expertise to the mix. All this provided a vital, regular routine for group members and a sense of order and familiarity in the chaos when a lot of other important services were closed.
Projects. I have a message to read from Catherine Martin, TD, the Minister for Tourism, Culture, Gaeltacht, Sport and Media in the Irish Government. The Minister said, "I'm thrilled to extend my congratulations to the Black Box projects based in Belfast on winning the coveted Creative Lives Ireland Award for 2021. I'm aware that Black Box projects are for and by people with learning disabilities. The project is supported by a team of dedicated volunteers and the Black Box, which is a diverse culture and arts venue in Belfast. From organising a programme of remote activities during lockdown to a biodiversity project and more, Black Box projects are deserved winners. I must also congratulate the Ireland runners-up, Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard Community Group in County Cavan, whose Hooli in the House project was delivered as part of Culture Night 2020. Set up 5 years ago in response to the local community wanting to clean and maintain an overgrown site, the same space soon saw several creative projects flourish. I would like to take this opportunity to applaud both groups for these outstanding achievements during such difficult times for local communities. I also have a message from Deirdre Hargey, the Minister for Communities within the Northern Ireland Executive. The Minister said, "I would like to offer my sincere congratulations to this year's Irish Award winners, Black Box projects, and also to the runners-up, Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard. These are extremely deserving projects which are reaching out and giving people of all backgrounds, ages and abilities the opportunity to enrich their lives through the arts. I would like to commend the winners and nominees for the tireless work that they do at the heart of our society during what are extremely difficult times for local communities. And I thank Creative Lives for ensuring that it is recognised through these awards." Black Box projects were the runners-up for the 2020 Ireland Award. Tonight, they are the winners. Representing Black Box projects tonight are Sinead Murray, Rachel Campbell-Palmer, Robert Kane and David Jackson. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 Ireland Award goes to Black Box projects. Would you something like to say a few words?
Wow! A free trip to Coventry. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you to everybody that has voted. This is honestly such an honour. It's an honour to be in such a beautiful and amazing city, which is the capital of culture at the moment. So whoop whoop. Thank you to Shonid and to Rachel, whose tireless efforts are 100% amazing day by day, and thank you to everybody in the room and all the hard work that you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you for this award. It's so rewarding to have this reward. Awards. So Black Box Projects. I really want to put over what it means to people who participate in it. And that involves us, the volunteers, and the people who really just who are drawn to it. And that's what it's about. It's about a free spirit. If you want to have fun with art, with music, with all kinds of presentations that we do. We've been doing on Zoom from, in fact, all over the world, which is, as you know, is what Zoom has allowed us to do. Musicians and actors and all kinds of different artists, and we try and facilitate that basically there's no expectations for people, but at the same time we're trying to bring culture and art and joy to people who many times in my experience can start out very reticent about their abilities, but they first of all they'll come to our project because maybe we have tea and coffee and we have good conversation, but and in the mix we're trying to promote the good life in a way for everybody, which is about art, music, poetry, and things like that. And I think we've done a pretty good job. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I was going to ask you a bit more about what we do, but I think you just answered it there. So thank you very much, Black Box Project. Thank you.
I'm going to say very quick. I'm Rachel, I'm director of the Black Box. So I just want to say a massive thank you to David and Rob and Iman and Rowan and Neve and James and Ali, all our volunteer team. They're really amazing. We're a small staff team, and the volunteers just bring so much commitment and creativity and skills to everything we do. So on behalf of Black Box, thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you so much to Black Box Projects. Amazing. So, having to turn over all these pages of stuff that you've already said. Let's get on now with the Wales Award. So to present the Wales Award, please welcome Helen Keatley, Wales Convener Creative Lives, and Kelly Barr, Arts and Creativity Programme Manager at Age Cymru.
So we come to the Wales Award on St David's Day. And first it's the Wales runner-up. The runner-up for the Wales Award, Lost Connections, is using craft to bring a community together. Using the motif of hands to symbolise connection, local people were encouraged to partake in textile projects ranging from creating a quilt of friendship to a coat of radical kindness. Let's see more about Lost Connections.
Lost Connections. Lost Connections began as a funded project, but developed an entirely voluntary run initiative using creativity to explore connections within the Newport community that were lost during lockdown. From conversations with families and communities in the local area, it became clear that creative activity could help tackle loneliness and isolation, and that it was important to create a visual time capsule of the past year. The project used the motif of hands as a symbol of connection. Alongside stories from participants, volunteers delivered art packs, which engaged people who couldn't access the project digitally, shared messages and actively engaged in creating artwork. Products included a collaborative quilt of friendship and a coat of radical kindness. The project is continuing as the community keeps creating and connecting.
Representing Lost Connections tonight are Naz Syed and Savannah. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 Wales runners-up are Lost Connections. And now the Wales winner. Creative Criccieth is a multi-art project from the seaside town of Criccieth in northwest Wales. In response to the pandemic, the community engaged with a series of projects, including the creation of the Criccieth gown of poppies, made of 5,000 poppies, and set up friendship benches for intergenerational connection. Let's see more about Creative Criccieth.
Criccieth Creadigol, Creative Criccieth. Criccieth is a small bilingual seaside town on the coast of northwest Wales. In response to the pandemic, the community was encouraged to get creative through a series of imaginative, voluntary-led projects. Notable creative initiatives were the Criccieth gown of poppies, using 5,000 poppies created by over 150 volunteers, the Criccieth town map, an artistic bilingual map, and friendship benches in which town benches were repainted using intricate designs based on place names and local traditions. Ponterenvis on the Tîn Ros estate is a striking large-scale installation inspired by an 8-year-old boy and involving hundreds of people painting brightly coloured stones. In addition, the townscape was further improved by the creation of the Cai Crwn community garden and by the extensive planting of flowers and edible plants by the volunteers of Criccieth in Bloom. These projects have been a catalyst for very many individuals in the community to kickstart creative activity.
Before we present the award to Creative Criccieth, I'd like to read a message from Dawn Bowden MS, the Deputy Minister for Arts and Sport and Chief Whip in the Welsh Government. The Minister says, "I'm delighted to be able to congratulate the winners at this year's Creative Lives Awards. These last 2 years have been a particularly difficult time for our sector, and it has had a profound effect on society in general. We have all faced difficult periods away from the people, the places and the activities that give our lives a sense of purpose. This has had a huge impact on our mental and physical well-being. I know the focus of the awards this year is on community-based creativity that responded imaginatively to the difficulties of the pandemic, and I'm pleased to see that this year's Wales winners and runners-up are doing so much good at community level by using the arts to bring people together. They all show the benefits to well-being and social connection of taking part in creative activities during a worrying and troubling time. I wish them all the very best for the future." Representing Creative Criccieth tonight are Catherine Jones and Margaret Rees. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 Wales Award goes to Creative Cricket.
It's fantastic to be here. It's St David's Day and it's wonderful to be part of such a wonderful celebration. We worked hard, we reached out to the community with lots of energetic and different projects. We knitted, we crocheted, we painted, we had gardening, we, I think, covered it all, and we couldn't have done it without the wonderful community we have in Criccieth. We reached out across the generations, involved hundreds of people. We're a small town, 1,800 inhabitants, and I'm sure most of us have been involved in these wonderful projects which have really helped with well-being and in very difficult times, and we've got lasting legacies now, marking an unprecedented time in the lives of all of us. So, diolch yn fawr I bawb yn Criccieth. Mae'n gret bod yn rhan o hyn I gyd. Fion, ti eisiau gweud rhywbeth?
Diolch yn fawr iawn. What a better way to celebrate on St David's Day to have such a wonderful, setting and a place to have such a wonderful award. So really appreciate it. And a ran bawb yn Criccieth, dwi'n meddwl bod e'n fraint I ni gael wobr yma I ddod y gwir. Thank you on behalf of everybody in Criccieth who's been involved in these wonderful projects. Very proud. So, diolch yn fawr iawn.
Also, happy birthday to you. A lap year, baby. So, 15 and a quarter this year. Sweet 16 soon, but 60. So, yes, happy birthday. Let's have a quick fast one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kathleen. I'm on my own. Happy birthday to you. And what a wonderful jacket. And also, I just wanted to ask you, were you really surprised by how the response of such a small town, how many people got involved and how big this thing became?
Yes, I think it grew like Topsy actually.
It grew like Topsy, I'm taking that one.
Yes, we started off with making a plea to paint the town red with the poppies, and it just flew from there really. That inspired a lady, Susan Humphreys, to create the actual gown itself. From the 5,000 poppies became a claim for the dress, and then from that we had the idea to create a town map, which Fionn painted the map, and then we produced a bilingual booklet. Then came the idea, because of the pandemic, an 8-year-old boy, Hir Emery, from the Tinrose estate in Criccieth, had the idea of painting coloured stones to commemorate the National Health Service and the key workers, and that eventually became a rainbow bridge designed by Fionn, and it now marks the entry to Criccieth on the estate. Then we were involved in a project in partnership with Gwynedd Council and Pontio'r Cenedlaethau to have friendship benches in the town, and they were designed and painted by students from Coleg Miriam Dwyfor.
So a huge snowballing.
And then the gardening. Yes, a huge snowballing.
It sounds amazing. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your award. Happy birthday. Happy St. David's Day.
Thank you. That's a big thing.
isn't it? Like most things in life, the Creative Lives Awards has been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, and we chose to delay this ceremony to celebrate the 2021 Creative Lives Awards until March 2022 to make sure that we were able to go ahead. In 2020, we were unable to hold a face-to-face awards ceremony at all, so we announced the winners and runners-up in a spectacular online event in October 2020, in which I can tell you every single one of us looked stunning from the waist up, pyjamas and slippers from the waist down. It was great. At that stage, we promised those winners and runners-up that we would invite them to join us in person at the next Creative Lives Awards ceremony, and I'm delighted that so many of our 2020 award winners and runners-up are with us tonight. I'm sorry that we don't have time to tell all of their amazing stories in detail this evening, but we would like to take a moment to recognise the achievements of all of the 2020 award winners and runners-up.
Survivors' artwork was exhibited alongside professional illustrators and
Yeah, so are we able to show the video of the 2020 winners now?
I'm guessing
No?
I think it was enough, wasn't it, having them strike such a wonderful pose on the stage. I think we could tell what they've done to deserve those awards, I think, from their very presence. So thank you so much to the winners of 2020. It was lovely. We promised we'd get you here, and it was lovely to have so many of you here. It's now time for the Scotland Award. To present the Scotland Award, please welcome Jill Miller, Scotland Convener Creative Lives, and Chris Thacker from Bridgend Eco Body, winners of the 2020 Scotland Award.
So, first, it's the Scotland runners-up. The runners-up for the Scotland Award are the Survivor Arts Community, a Glasgow-based group who deliver illustration workshops for survivors of sexual abuse or domestic violence. During the pandemic, their workshop moved online, culminating in a digital exhibition that challenged misconceptions about abuse and survivors. Let's see more about the Survivor Arts Community.
Survivor Arts Community is a Glasgow-based project set up to address isolation among survivors of sexual abuse or domestic violence. During the pandemic, they ran Freehand, an online illustration workshop series that culminated in a digital exhibition during winter and spring of 2020 and 2021. Survivors' artwork was exhibited alongside professional illustrators, and illustrations were showcased to the public in an online launch. Through this public engagement, the group challenged misconceptions about survival and abuse. Feedback captured the positive impact taking part in the project had both on the participants' artistic skills and their well-being. One participant said, "It allowed us to show ourselves as complex individuals who are more than just the label survivor." And having the opportunity to participate in survivor arts projects is an important aspect of the healing process, said another.
Representing the Survivor Arts Community tonight is Katia Silvestra. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 Scotland runners-up are the Survivor Arts Community. And now it's the Scotland Award winner. Overdrive Dance Company reworked their upcoming stage performance, 3 Billion, to be presented on screen instead. A dance group for boys and young men in Glasgow, each person utilised their skills to shift work online, showcasing creativity and resilience throughout. Let's see more about Overdrive Dance Company.
Overdrive Dance Company promotes dance for boys and young men living in Glasgow. On the brink of lockdown, the company was finalising the creation of a new piece, 3 Billion, for the National Showcase for Youth Dance in the UK. As the young from Youth Theatre Arts Scotland in July 2020, Overdrive was able to come together digitally to create 3 Billion into a dance film. During online rehearsals, the young company discussed how the work could be translated and reimagined into a film. On their own initiative, they found creative ways to come together, meet up in open spaces to direct one another's films, ask their families to be involved behind the scenes, and were open and responsive to everyone's suggestions. They demonstrated resilience, dedication and passion in their contributions towards the film.
Before we present the award to Overdrive Dance Company, I'd like to read a message from Neil Gray, MSP, the Minister for Culture, Europe and International Development in the Scottish Government. The Minister says, "Congratulations to Overdrive Dance Company on winning the Scotland Creative Lives Award for 2021. This group of boys and young men have supported one another through the pandemic, finding creative ways to showcase their skills and to keep dancing together even whilst unable to meet up in person. They are an inspiring example of what can happen when creativity and community come together. I would also like to congratulate the runners-up in the Scotland Creative Lives Award, the Survivor Arts community, and all the other groups shortlisted for the awards. Together they demonstrate the many different ways that people have come together as a community over the past year to nourish their creativity and have fun. Representing Overdrive Dance Company tonight are Hayley Earlham and Alison Cowan. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 Scotland Award goes to Overdrive Dance Company.
This award is for the young people that are involved in Overdrive. We think they're really spectacular young people. Nobody had a good time during the pandemic, let's face it, and the fact that they were able to offer that support to one another just sort of gave us that little bit of sunshine on a really grey day. So finding themselves dancing again just sort of helped them find themselves. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. And we know that obviously they can't be here with us tonight because it's late and it's in another country and it's a weekday, we've got school, so you know, understandably they couldn't be here. But what we do have is, well, they were very excited when they found out that they'd won, understandably. So we can actually show you their reaction to discovering that they'd won this award, which is great. I hope we can. Don't make me reenact the excitement of young boys who like to dance. No one wants to see that. It's exciting.
Don't we have a video?
Nerve-wracking. We may not have that video. So, yeah, massive cheer. Well, so So what was their response? Because obviously, you know, they're young and they're just excited to be out of, you know, the trap of lockdown and doing, you know, what they were doing and dancing. But how did they respond? Do step up to the lecture. How did they respond when they found out they'd won an award for what they've done?
So we broke the news to them just as they were about to premiere their first time back on stage. It'd been over 2 years, so just before they went on, we told them that. So as a way to calm their nerves, as a way to cheer them up to go back in. So we gathered them all together, broke the news, and they just lost it and went absolutely bananas and had a great time.
How was the performance?
Brilliant.
Lovely stuff. Well, do send them all our love and congratulate them from us. Thank you so much. It's a real pleasure. And now it's time for the England Award. To present the England Award, please welcome Pauline Tambling, England Convener Creative Lives, and Jan Higgett from the Just a Minute Community Theatre 2020 England Runners-Up.
First, it's the England runners-up. The runner-up for the England Award is a creative collective called Inside Out that's made up of 70 local people from Fleetwood who worked with artist Gillian Wood to volunteer and sew gowns for the NHS and curate an exhibition of local creative work that was displayed within a disused Fleetwood hospital. Let's find out more about Inside Out.
Inside Out, a collective of 70 local people in Fleetwood, came together with the artist Gillian Wood and over 200 local volunteer sewers to make gowns for the NHS. Whilst producing the scrubs, it became clear just how many people were being creative during lockdown. So, they decided to curate an exhibition in the disused Fleetwood Hospital. During a socially distanced 12 days, over 500 people attended Inside Out's 5 wards of art and crafts, which included photographs, paintings, sculptures, knitting, wallpaper, and tablecloths. To make the event happen, Inside Out initiated a number of partnerships with, among others, Fleetwood Hospital Trust, Lee Dixon Architects, Regenda Housing, Fleetwood Library and Museum, and the Affinity Shopping Centre.
Representing Inside Out tonight are Tina Retford and Gillian Wood. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 England runners-up are Inside Out. And now it's the England Award winner. The England Award winner is a London-based grassroots organisation, May Project Gardens, who turned a former derelict garden into a public community space. Their mission is to empower marginalised groups to address poverty by accessing resources that promote creativity and sustainability through gardening. Let's see more about May Project Gardens.
May Project Gardens. May Project Gardens is a South London-based grassroots organisation whose mission is to empower marginalised groups to address poverty and access to resources, and to exert influence through sustainability and creativity. A former council home with a derelict garden, which has been turned into a public community space, the project has flourished into a nurturing, safe space for workshops, healing and communication, with the award-winning educational programme Hip Hop Gardens and Come We Grow event, a platform to showcase artists. They use nature, food and creative arts to work with marginalised groups, mostly young people, people of colour and refugees, to create social change. Founder Ian, also known as KMT, recreates work with wellbeing workshops, DJing, MCing, performing, speaking, as well as influencing and consulting on environment and ethics.
Before we present the award to May Project Gardens, I'd like to read a message from the Secretary of State for Digital Culture, Media and Sport, Nadine Dorries MP. The Secretary of State says, "Culture is the bedrock of local communities, giving people the opportunity to come together and share experiences. I would like to congratulate all the winners and shortlisted groups on their success, and I hope you all continue to champion culture, helping to increase access to the arts across the country." Representing May Project Gardens tonight is Ian Solomon Cowell. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 England winners are May Project Gardens.
definitely our first acceptance wrap. I hope it's not the last. Would you like to say a few words, or do you think you said it all?
Well, the thing is, like, you're sitting down there and I've got pure clarity of thought, and then you know what you're going to say, and then the moment you come up here, you're like, oh my God, it's so overwhelming. And I'm just really grateful, because I think all of us know how challenging doing community work can be. But we also know how rewarding it is for the people who receive the work we do. And I just want to ask two favours. If you've got a camera, please take some pictures of me with the awards, because my social media tell me off all the time. You never get good photos, They're always telling me off, so that's the first thing. So please, take some photos. Alright?
Hashtag Creative Lives Awards, by the way.
Hashtag Creative Lives Award as well, that would be amazing, so that's the first thing. And then the second thing, I've got to thank my team. So Dana, what that is was we built a straw bale home or classroom in lockdown, and one of the few spaces of sanctuaries were green spaces. So that's basically the garden that they were talking about, is my home. So they built that themselves, the young people and the community, but then it's now turned into a studio. So I just want to say a big shout out to Dana and Paulina, because they helped construct that. I want to say a big shout out to my team, Rebecca, Mohammed, Joelle, Helen, Tina, Zena, and there's someone else I'm going to forget, but Obi, there you go. Because without the team, this thing's not possible. There's one of me, but there's a whole team involved in this as well. So thank you once again. Have a beautiful evening.
Thank you so much. Take lots of pictures, quickly. Strike the pose.
Creative Lives is delighted to have worked in Coventry and with the City of Culture team over the last 2 years. Our long-standing Creative Lives on Air partnership with BBC CWR shines a light on grassroots, community and volunteer-led creative activity in Coventry, partly through my weekly radio show, Coventry Creates. Creative Lives is proud to have worked closely with the City of Culture Trust on 3 exciting projects. The first, The Sound of Cov, is still ongoing, supported by Coventry City of Culture Trust and funded by the National Lottery Community Fund. The Sound of Cov brought 8 community radio stations from the city and student and hospital radio stations together to work collaboratively. The 8 community-based stations in Coventry worked with BBC CWR to produce content for a phenomenal radio takeover day, which aired on BBC CWR and across the community radio stations over 2 days in August 2021, bringing voices and stories to air from communities that are seldom heard. The Sound of Cov also featured a live music event at the Assembly Festival Gardens in August 2021, which saw a stage entirely programmed by the community radio stations, resulting in an incredible live music event driven by grassroots creativity, which was free for the whole community to enjoy. The project culminated in a national conference at the Transport Museum in Coventry in September 2021. This featured a whole host of workshops and talks and learning opportunities for the community radio sector, including representatives from BBC One Extra. I'd like to thank, especially from the UK City of Culture Trust, the producer Molly Adkins, who worked so tirelessly and so quickly that whenever you ask Molly to get something done or send an email or respond to something, it happens so quickly, like she must have already done that before I asked her to do it, which is a rare thing in our busy world. So thank you so much, Molly. I would really like to thank you for that. Thank you. We also worked alongside the City of Culture Trust to support BBC Poetry and Spoken Word Festival Contain Strong Language. Creative Lives played a role in ensuring that poetry reached new and diverse audiences, delivering Radio Club at schools and producing a range of community events.
We're here live at the Belgrade Theatre, Coventry, celebrating the BBC's Contain Strong Language Festival, right in the heart of the UK's City of Culture for 2021.
Bangur, and I'm one of the core poets for Contain Strong Language, and you might have seen my face across the city. It's wonderful. It's so good to have this kind of thing in Coventry because there's so much culture, diversity, interesting history, and too often people make this joke about being sent to Coventry. We know the joke, and we also know that too many times people feel it's just a city you pass through to get to London, to get to Birmingham. And actually Coventry is a destination in and of itself, and I think this festival will just highlight the amazing stuff that's going on, the amazing artists that are from here or reside here, and the amazing art that's been created. And we're at the Belgrade Theatre, one of the main spaces for art in the city. So I hope that the festival highlights all of that. Lots of love for Cov, and anyone badmouths it, I've got a lot to say to them.
They'll take us all the way through the streets and they'll think, yes, there they are, they're those people, they're poets. We really think this is a Contain Strong Language Festival.
The 3-4 days has been brilliant, just to give acknowledgement to local talent. Now that they got the opportunity to be on the stage to perform, shows that Coventry is alive with poets and writers.
My duty as a poet is to ensure people are afforded a voice, that you have a voice to tell your story. No one's going to tell your story better than you are.
And then to bring in people like Simon Armitage as the National Poet Laureate, to create your own Coventry Poet Laureate. It's buzzing.
I know that poetry may not be like the be-all and end-all to some people, but this has been my passion forever, and to be the first for something is always a fantastic opportunity. And my invitation to Coventry residents is to join me for the ride for the 2 years, and we'll have some fun and write some words.
He is our Poet Laureate for the next year and a half, I think, thanks to the UK City of Culture. And Creative Lives are continuing work in Coventry alongside Heritage Crafts to deliver the Making of Coventry, which is a series of craft workshops and a conference at Drapers Hall, the newly refurbished Drapers Hall, on the 26th of March. There'll be live, free demonstrations from a whole host of new and traditional crafts inspired by Coventry, continuing to shine a light on the creative people of the city. There are tickets still available for this. It is a national conference, but it's happening here in Coventry. If you've come to Coventry for the first time and you're like, oh, it all seems quite exciting and I haven't got time, come back on the 26th of March. There's going to be a pole lathe out there, by the way, in University Square. I don't know if anyone knows hands up, who knows what a pole lathe is? One hand, two hands. This is like, you get to turn a piece of wood using your foot and some string. I don't know if that, I mean, maybe I didn't make that sound as exciting as it is, but I've done it myself. Trust me, it's worth coming to Coventry for. The Creative Lives People's Choice Award is the next award we go to, and this is voted by the public via the Creative Lives website. To present the Creative Lives People's Choice Award, I would like to invite Catherine Magoni, Creative Lives trustee, and Brian Fearick from Tullivin Music Society, winners of the 2020 People's Choice Award.
The People's Choice Award is always one of the highlights of the ceremony. It's that, for us it's very exciting because for several months the website is open for public voting, and it's fascinating to see which groups mobilise their members, their friends, anybody they know to vote for them. It's often very close, but this year the public voting saw a total of 4,733 votes cast. There was one very clear winner. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 People's Choice Award goes to Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard Committee. Have we lost Rosanna and Gemma? Rosanna and Gemma? Please, please. You've got to do a rap now. We've lost our music, we've lost one of our award winners.
Protect your energy. They just on your phone 'cause they're jealous. Protect your energy. Protect your energy. They just on your phone 'cause they're jealous. Protect your energy. Crown on my head that was born shining today. I'm not everybody who try to take from my spirit. Why you keep wasting your energy? Never let them grow out the energy. They just want your phone 'cause they're jealous. Yeah, protect your energy. Why you keep wasting your energy? Never let them grow out the energy. They just want your phone 'cause they're jealous. Protect your energy.
Come and say a few words.
Oh, well, speechless. So we from Drumgoon Hill Old Graveyard and from Hooley in the House, we are absolutely delighted and so proud to be receiving this award. Can we take this opportunity to thank Creative Lives Awards? They've been just fantastic, and also the sponsors and all of the arts councils involved in Gurmeen Michael.
Right, second question. I second what Gemma has said. We are so proud and humbled to have been nominated for the People's Choice Award. And we'd like to accept this on behalf of our committee and on behalf of everyone who shared their talent on the night that we had the Hooley in the House. Absolutely wonderful people who are just a segment of the people who give so much time doing voluntary work in Drumgoon and in the parish of Drumgoon. So I want to thank absolutely everybody who voted for us, Mila Wakas, and we proudly take this award home to Drumgoon, and we look forward to the next Hooley, which will be in Gallagher House. So thank you very much, Mila Wakas.
Thank you so much. So they've gone home because they've won a runners-up already, and, then they got another one. All 31 groups shortlisted for the Creative Lives Awards were asked to vote for the group that they feel is the most outstanding, but they were not allowed to vote for themselves. So this is the peer award for excellence. So the winners are chosen by the other nominated groups. To present the Peer Award for Excellence, please welcome Creative Lives Vice Chair, Bobsy Robson, and Chaitrali Chitri from Sahadri Friends Group, Coventry, who were the winners of the 2020 Peer Award for Excellence. Before you present this award, I feel like this is a great opportunity for you to speak, because obviously when you won a year and a half ago, you know, it was online, and here you are in the city that Sahadri Friends operates in. What has the last 18 months been like for your group since we met you last, and how was it to win that Peer Award for Excellence last year?
So firstly I would say I'm so happy when somebody says speak. It's been an ongoing journey. It's been 5 years. I would like to tell you in short about Sahyadri. Sahyadri is a mixed group of diverse people who come from India and who have come here and excellently work at grassroots level. We used to do a lot of creative work and used to do a lot of cultural activities. But then when pandemic outbreak was announced, we all had to go online. And then it was a difficult task for all of us, and it was challenging, but I would say that beautifully the team, I may be the face of Sahyadri today, but I have wonderful people who have joined me today, who work together with me in a team, and we overcome all those challenges beautifully, and we try to reach out to people who were anxious, who didn't know what's happening. It was all new to every one of us, and we tried to be available to people who just wanted to speak to us, to speak to somebody. We did a lot of online sessions. We delivered yoga, meditation, dance, Bollywood dancing. We did crafts and art for children, because they were the ones who also didn't know what's happening, and it was a new world for them. Suddenly there was a big change, and I think winning this peer excellence was really special, because we were chosen by the people, and I would say that that was a big gesture of appreciation, and then that also motivated all of us to work harder and then keep doing our work. Till today, we strive to do and work hard and keep up to the goals, and I think each one of us, we have 5 core team members and other volunteers and safeguarding team and everybody, they all come together just for a single cause, and it's so beautiful to see everybody out of their way doing this for the community. I just love the way we're working. We now, looking at the recent ongoing thing with Ukraine, we are also trying to help people there and reach out to the safer place. So we try to do our best. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Charlie, and thank you for doing the job before.
The Peer Award for Excellence always feels like a particularly special award, because the winners are chosen by the other shortlisted groups. This year we have joint winners. Celf Able is an inclusive, disabled-led art group from Wales who moved their weekly sessions online to continue advocating for accessibility across arts. Let's see more about Celf Able.
Celf Able. Celf Able is a disabled-led, inclusive art group based in mid-Wales. The group started in 2015 as a volunteer-run collective with just 4 participants, and has since grown to serve over 65 members. When the pandemic started, Celf Able, the majority of whose members are in the vulnerable or extremely vulnerable categories, couldn't continue with physical meetings, so moved to weekly Zoom sessions. Having the sessions online helped the members to feel less isolated, and the group gained new members who could only attend online. Celf Able also accommodated members who weren't able to join the Zoom sessions by sending out art materials so that they could carry on with their art in their own time. The activity has meant that members were able to develop their art skills in different media and techniques, make new links with local artists, and reduce the feelings of anxiety and isolation.
I'm delighted to announce that Celf Able share the Peer Award for Excellence this year with the England Award winners May Project Gardens, who win their second accolade of the evening. Representing Celf Able tonight are Sue Patch and Anne Jeeves, and representing May Project Gardens, Ian Solomon Cowell. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 Peer Award for Excellence goes jointly to Celf Able and May Project Gardens.
Amazing.
They're out there.
Amazing. That's good. Thank you so much. We've had a great time online, and we've actually got people in South Africa and Nepal joining us as well, so it was good. So, pandemic may be bad, but there are some good things to look forward to.
Another rap?
I bet you didn't think you had anything left in you, did you?
In Welsh.
Next, if I win an award, if I come back next year,
Welsh rap.
I'll do a Welsh rap, yeah? All right. Okay. So this one I need. This is L-I-T-T-E-R. 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 Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. L-I-T-T-E-R. 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 Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Walk to the park, what gets me vexed? Give to Mother Nature, but no respect. Beautiful, gorgeous cathedral day. Out with my friends, we're gonna play. Everything's crisp, everything's tight. Everything in the corner of my eye. The sun-kissed angel drives past me. Natural ancient doers. Before I eat, finger, I glimpse, I fall to the ground. Friends laugh at me, but that's not even the half of it. An awful smell starts kicking in. I look, shoulders, knees, toes. They're in the bottom of my soul. I start to make anyone flows. You know what it is? L-I-T-T-E-R. 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 Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Thank you once again. And a shout to Mohammed. I forgot Mohammed last time. Thank you.
Brilliant. I love it when things go completely freestyle. It's my favourite. Time now for our Local Hero Award. Our active participation in cultural life is nearly always local. Creative Lives believes in the power of people to transform a park, a library, a kitchen or a community centre into a theatre, a concert hall or a gallery. In 2019, we introduced the Local Hero Award as part of the legacy of former Charity Arts Development UK. AD UK drew its membership from local authorities, organisations and individual advocates for local arts development. And so, in this award, we recognise an individual who has made an outstanding contribution to arts development in a local community. Please welcome David Burbidge, Chair of the Coventry City of Culture Trust, and Councillor John McNicholas, Lord Mayor of the City of Coventry, to present the Local Hero Award. This award goes to a man who has been running workshops for men in Spon End, Coventry, for many years. It all began in around 2013 when the community hall got some funding to run some cooking workshops, but there was no one to deliver them. In steps Mark Gibbons, a Spon End resident with a love of vegetarian curry, art and creativity, and a passion to support men who, like himself, struggle with their mental health. Soon, Gibbo, as everyone knows him, was applying for small bits of funding himself to keep workshops going at Rose Community Centre. And since then, he's been running both Coventry men's sheds and Crafty Blokes. The men who come to his workshops are often vulnerable and isolated, and Gibbo supports them in so many ways above and beyond crafting and cooking. When COVID struck in 2020, the guys were in the early stages of developing a puppet show with a suicide prevention message. Although they could no longer meet in person, Gibbo kept supporting each and every one of the men who attend his groups with regular calls and texts. Finally, just before Christmas 2021, the puppet show went ahead, giving a huge sense of pride and purpose to those involved. I can't overemphasise enough the importance of the work Gibbo does and the lives he's changed and possibly saved. I'm very emotional about this because I've seen this work firsthand, and every time I go to Rose Community Centre and hang out with the guys that Gibbo helps, I leave there feeling this is every reason I do my job. Please can I welcome to the stage Mark Gibbons, aka Gibbo, to receive the Creative Lives Local Hero Awards 2021. Gibbo, if you'd like to come up and say a few words, that would be amazing.
I think you've said all the words I need. I'd just like to thank everyone that, for the award. Yeah.
You're not getting off that lightly.
Okay.
I know you really suffer with social anxiety, so I know being in this space tonight, being with so many people, I know this is tough for you, so thank you for coming out. But what has it been like supporting the guys at Men's Sheds? All these years, but particularly these last couple of years.
It's a really hard question to answer, actually. It's just like a family, that we just support each other, so, I'll do things I can to support the guys, and the guys will do things to support me, and it just flows, so we work on the aspect of trying to empower the guys to achieve, so we try and set tasks that are difficult. We try and do things out of the box. It was like the puppet show we'd never done it, we ended up with an amazing script writer that wrote a script which was all about our own experiences through the dark times of our journeys through our own mental health issues. So it was really great that we managed to get it, off the ground. We're hoping to try and get more funding, and we want to try and take it out to other organisations. So, if there's anyone needs booking, just give me a shout. We'll fit you in, no problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd like to welcome the Lord Mayor to say a few words.
Best speech of the night, Gibbo. So sharp and succinct. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Coventry in our year as City of Culture. Know that from me, I'm afraid. Our city is so proud to host the Creative Lives Awards and celebrate the achievements of voluntary and community-led creativity. This year, you are focusing on those who showed resilience and imagination during the challenges of COVID and carried on being creative for the benefit of their communities. I know in our city, there were many who battled on despite the pandemic. So when you consider the awards cover the UK and Ireland, the judges must have had a very difficult job indeed. This past year, creativity has been at the fore in Coventry as we celebrate our role as UK City of Culture. We have shared our history, our heritage, and our arts and communities across the city have been involved. Despite the effects of COVID and the pressures of lockdowns and restrictions, the people of Coventry have rallied to stage amazing projects for all to enjoy. They have shown that creativity will win through, as have you all. So we are delighted that Creative Lives is a part of our year, and that we have the honour of hosting the awards and welcoming you all tonight. Congratulations and thank you to everyone who has been shortlisted, to the many others who entered, and to all those who have used their skills and creativity to support their communities over the past year. You have helped us all through the trials and the dark days of recent months, and I know you will all help us bounce back and celebrate new freedoms. And isn't it great that we're able to get together as people for once, rather than Zoom or Teams and have masks on? So really welcome the opportunity of talking here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the past 2 years have been hard on everyone, and our thoughts are with those we have lost and their loved ones. There have been many lows, but we must also remember the spirit and togetherness shown by our communities and the way people have rallied to help and support one another. I can think of no better place to celebrate that togetherness than here in this beautiful cathedral in our UK City of Culture. Thank you to Creative Lives, and thank you to all of you for all that you have done. Whether you win or not, you should be very proud. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. As we approach the end of our ceremony, I'm delighted to ask the Chair of Creative Lives, David Bryan CBE, to reflect on tonight's awards.
This is a very ominous pleasure. It's ominous because it's hard to follow all the brilliant performances and individuals you've seen so far. I take pride in the activities that I've witnessed, I'm sure you do, because they are an exemplary statement of how our communities are producing some exceptional work. Are more than exceptional, they are, dare I quote it, a bedrock of our communities in terms of forging a sense of commonality, forging a sense of purpose, forging a sense of shared identity. At the end of these events, and I've done 3 of these now, I keep thinking, what do I say to add to what's gone before? And I always get kind of anxious. If you can see me now, I'm kind of shaking. It's not just a cold. But it's a sense in which, how do you follow what's gone before us this evening? We've had a real range of spectacular organisations doing things out of passion, doing things out of concern, doing things because that was the thing to do. There were 3 statements that were made tonight from individuals that stuck with me. One was a sunshine on the grey day. I thought, this is what a sunshine on the grey day looks like. Folk who are going out, making things happen, and making connections with family, making connections with other people that make their lives enriched, make their lives worthwhile. The other 2 statements that come out to me were forge quilts of friendship. I love that idea. The people are forging quilts of friendship in the work that they do. They don't have to be the same, they don't have to have expertise, but they make it work by coming together. And therefore forging exceptional communities doing so. And the last one that pleased me was the idea of radical kindness. I thought I just loved that. It just spoke to me endlessly about, let's be radical, let's push boundaries, let's do things, as there's been said before, that we've not done before. Let's not wait for others to come and tell us how to do things and what to do. Let's give it a go and learn in the process and have joy in the process. So to me tonight, as always, is a showcase, a spotlight on the rich range of things that happen in communities, of which we've only scratched the surface. There's far more out there than we can ever begin to harness in this moment. But we and what you've seen today are a reflection of that exceptional community. And I think you and I should take great pleasure and joy in being part of that endless endeavour to make our qualities of life better. I can only say thank you.
Thank you very much, David. There have been many moments over the last 2 years when I think all of us have felt we wish we could stop the world and restart it. Well, this evening we're going to try to stop the world and restart it, because before we finish, we'd like to see if we can reboot ourselves and go back to show you our little video of the winners and runners-up from 2020. Is it going to work? Let's honour the winners from 2020. Viewers to our online streaming may have already seen that video effectively, yes. See, some things work better online. Okay, in which case we'll reboot the world a second time to return to where we were in the proceedings. Let me just check that we've got that ready.
You're such an optimist, Robin.
Hang on.
I don't even think they made a film, I'll be honest.
I think David could probably tell you the winners and runners-up from 2020 from memory.
Okay, I think we're going to abandon the film, are we, Robin? Yes, okay. But it was a lovely idea. I'm sure it does exist. You decide. So, as we approach the end of the ceremony, I am delighted to ask the Chair of Creative Lives, David Bryan, CBE, to stay with us to help us present the award for celebrating diversity. Let me also invite to the stage Leah Louise de Oliveira from Spit It Out Project, the winners of the 2020 Celebrating Diversity Award. Nice job, man. This award showcases groups that have taken an innovative approach to highlighting the positive effects that come from living in a diverse society. From all the groups applying for Creative Lives Awards, those that best celebrate diversity are selected for consideration for this special award.
First, it's the runner-up. The runners-up are Fallen Angels Dance Theatre company from Chester, who support those in recovery from addiction to transform their lives and to share their recovery journey with the public through dance, performance and creativity. Let's see more about Fallen Angels Dance Theatre Company.
Fallen Angels Dance Theatre. Fallen Angels Dance Theatre in Chester supports those in recovery from addiction to transform their lives and to share their recovery journey with the public through dance, performance and creativity. During the pandemic, volunteers known as Supporting Angels ensured all members continued to feel supported, particularly those in early recovery and with pre-existing health issues and other vulnerabilities. They led an effective telephone buddy system to make sure everyone connected with the group received daily supportive phone contact and text during this difficult time. Supporting Angels also introduced weekly Zoom sessions, during which they co-delivered a range of well-being activities, including movement, to combat stress.
Representing Fallen Angels Dance Theatre Company tonight is Tom Denby. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 Award for Celebrating Diversity runners-up are Fallen Angels Dance Theatre Company. And finally this evening, it's the award for Celebrating Diversity winner. Newport-based friendship group Coffee and Laughs offer an open and inclusive space for women of all faiths and none to come together. During the pandemic, activity was rolled out over WhatsApp and Zoom, with sessions designed to help vulnerable members feel empowered and connected over an isolating period. Let's see more about Coffee and Laughs.
Coffee and Laughs. Coffee and Laughs was established as a friendship group for women of all faiths and none in the ethnically diverse area of Maindy Newport in South Wales. Their first activity was making rag rugs with women who had no recourse to public funds, engaging them in conversational English, and the group has expanded to include a diverse range of activities. During the pandemic, the group of women, mostly 60 plus, met twice weekly on Zoom and through a WhatsApp group. These sessions combine creative activities with speakers and topics designed particularly to help vulnerable members, including hate crime, dementia in the BAME community and diabetes. The creative activities included arts and crafts such as weaving, photography and poetry. The group has been vital support and a boost to self-esteem for the women, some of whom were newly widowed or had experienced losing family members due to the pandemic, and for some who were experiencing mental and physical illness.
Representing Coffee and Laughs tonight are Sue Lewis and Angela Strickland. The Creative Lives Awards 2021 Award for Celebrating Diversity goes to Coffee and Laughs. Who would like to speak?
Well, as you can see, we'll take any excuse to dress up. And these wonderful ladies behind us here are the heart, the core of a group that's been going on since Marilyn started it 16 years ago with Sugra Mohammed. Sugra Mohammed cannot be here tonight, she's in Pakistan. So, like the sub-dean, I'm the sub to Sugra. But they're wonderful people, and actually our activities doubled over the pandemic because there were so many agencies that wanted to get their messages out that they joined our Zoom, and we had to have 2 a week so that it didn't interfere with our creativity. So we had information meetings on a Tuesday and then our creative meetings, and we did everything, and we did so many new things, didn't we? We published poets. So, you know, shout out for Karen Ankers, who was our poetry mentor. That was Creative Lives as well. Wonderful initiative. We are weavers, and we are a small part of what was Naz's wonderful Lost Connections. So we are so pleased to be here, and thank you very much, Creative Lives.
And I can't do a rap in Welsh, but I can give you some Welsh. So first of all, Dydd Gwl Dewi Hapus, happy St. David's Day. And St. David, on his deathbed, said, Gwnewch y pethau bachau mewn bywyd. Do the little things in life, and I guess that's what we all do. And the little things can make such a big difference to so many lives. So there we are. That's the message on St. David's Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a lovely message to end on as well, especially for, it's like we planned that, which we hadn't. I wish we had, but thank you so much for that.
I think we're gonna have one more try.
You've got to love a try, right? You've got to love a try.
Try again. Yeah. This is our third time lucky, folks. If everybody in the room crosses your fingers. We got there.
Was that worth waiting for?
So there's one other thing we should go back and do. We want to see what happened when Overdrive Dance Company won the Scotland Award.
Guys, you know when we got nominated for that Creative Life Award? We won Scotland Division.
You were right, Robin, to hold out for it. You were right. I'm such a naysayer. I apologise.
Ever the optimist.
So we've seen a fantastic wealth of creative activity and heard some wonderful stories from every corner of the UK and Ireland. I hope you've had an enjoyable evening. Yes, thank you. Before we finish, I need to remind all the winning groups and runners-up that we would like you to come up for a photograph, a group shot. So if you've won an award or you've been a runner-up, then I'm going to invite you to the stage any second now. So put your shoes back on if you've kicked them off under the table. Thank you to all our partners, our judging panels, our award presenters, Creative Lives staff and volunteers, Coventry UK City of Culture 2021, and Coventry Cathedral, of course, for hosting us, and all the Creative Lives award partners and funders. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'd just like to say this is the 11th award ceremony we've done. This is undoubtedly the coldest ceremony we've done. But I think it's also the warmest. It's been a lovely evening. It's been so special to see and hear your stories, particularly of that resilience and optimism through the darkest days of the last 2 years. Thank you for those. I think it would be improper, though, for us to finish the evening without me thanking our wonderful host from BBC CWR, Rachel New. We have a surprise performance to finish the evening, but we're going to do the group photo first, just because it's such a logistical nightmare to get all of our winners and runners up on stage. So if you will bear with us, get yourself another drink, and if you're a winner or a runner-up in tonight's awards, please now come up to the stage for our group photo, but don't go anywhere, everybody else, because we'll be back with our performance in just a few moments.
What does singing,